Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm doing a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now, which is like a peachy smoky eye type of deal. I wanted to do something that was appropriate for summer/spring, starting to feel like summer where I live, so I was kind of feeling in that summery mood. So this is what I came up with. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy it, and if you want to see how to get this look, just keep on watching. So to start my face off today, I'm going to be going in with my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer, which is a moisturizing primer that I like to focus in the T-zone of my face, just because I feel like that's where I get the most dry. Then I'm going in with my Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer to fill in my pores and to give me a nice luminized base. And then I'm going to be using my No. 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation in the shade Calico and blending this out with my beauty blender. I love this foundation. I feel like it's really just, I love it. It's my favorite. It stays on my face all day. It leaves my face matte all day. I tend to get oily as the day goes on, so sometimes my foundation, depending on what I'm wearing, will like break up and come off my face, and I don't like it. So this one doesn't do that to me. This one definitely lasts all day long, and I love it. And to highlight my face, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild concealer. And I'm going to be highlighting my forehead and my nose and my Cupid's bow and my chin, and then I'll just be blending this out with my beauty blender as well. And then I'm going to be concealing underneath my eyes with this as well. And I'm going to be adding just a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape concealer just to give a little bit more brightness and a little bit more coverage. And then I'm going to be going over my eyelids as well, just because I'm going to be using this as my eyeshadow primer. I really like using concealer as eyeshadow primer lately, just because I feel like it does exactly the same thing as the primer, and just makes everything look nice and smooth, I guess. So I'll be setting that using my Wet n Wild Photo Focused Pressed Powder, and I'll be setting underneath my eyes and my eyelids and pretty much everywhere that I put concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera for you so that you don't have to watch that. Then I'm going to be using my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, and I'm going to be starting off with the lightest peachy shade, which is called Georgia. I'm taking just a big fluffy brush and just going right into my crease with this, and I'm not trying to be precise with this color at all. Just kind of want this everywhere, up in there, just to act as like transition shade, just to help the rest of the shades that I'm going to be putting down to blend better. And so then I'm going to be taking Candied Peach, and I'm going to be focusing this more directly into my crease. And I'm taking that all the way into the inner corner of my eye as well, and I'm just going to be blending that out. And I'm going back with that big fluffy brush, and with no additional product, I'm just blending back over that just to make sure that everything looks nice and blended. Then I'm taking the color Summer Yum, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye. I'm taking this like halfway into my crease, but I don't want it to go all the way into the corner like I did with the last shade. So mostly just focusing this on the outer corner, and then again taking that fluffy brush and just blending everything out. And the Summer Yum color wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be in the outer corner, so I took a more precise brush and just added a little bit more. Then I'm taking the shade Luscious, and I'm putting this all over my lid, and I'm applying this with my finger just because I feel like it works better that way. And this is such a pretty like peachy golden-y shade that I love. And then I'm taking a little bit more of Candied Peach, and I'm putting that right back into my crease and just kind of blending over everything just to make sure that the Luscious shade blends nicely into my crease. And I'm taking a little bit more Summer Yum, and I'm doing the same thing, just adding more to my outer corner. Just making sure everything's nice and blended. And again, I'm taking that fluffy brush and just going over everything to make sure everything is blended out. And then since I lost some of the color blending, some of the Luscious color, I went back over that on my lid. And then I'm highlighting my brow bone using the color White Peach. And I like to turn my brush sideways when I do this, just to make sure that everything blends together perfectly. And I'm cleaning up underneath my eyes, and I like to make the shadow kind of come to a point. I kind of like to make a little cat eye when I clean up under there. You can kind of see me doing it. I just sort of go at an angle and just kind of like make it like an angled shadow look. And then I'm using the color Summer Yum underneath my lower lash line, and then I added just a little bit of the color Charmed I'm Sure. It's the dark brown in the palette. And I went underneath my lash line with this, and then once I did that, I felt like the top needed a little bit as well. So I put a little bit of Charmed I'm Sure right in the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm just going back and forth, adding more color, blending it out, adding more color, blending it out. It's just, you know, lots and lots of blending and building up the colors and going back over it and blending again. And then once I get it to where I like it, then I'm going to be bronzing my face using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I just love this bronzer so much. Ever since I've gotten it, I don't even think I've used anything else. It's just so creamy, so buttery, it smells so good. It smells like coconuts. And so yeah, I'm going to be putting this on my cheekbones and a little bit on my temples as well, just to make sure that my face looks not quite so pale. And then for my blush, I'm going to be going in with my Milani Baked Blush in the color Luminoso. I love this blush. I used to use this blush every single day for like a year. It just gives such a nice glow to the skin. It's just such a nice nude peachy color. And then going back over everything with my beauty blender just to make sure that my blush and my bronzer melt together nicely and just to kind of clean up that bronzer underneath. And then I didn't want too intense of a highlight today. I just sort of wanted like a nice like subtle glow to my skin. So I'm taking my Essence Pure Nude highlighter and a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going over the tops of my cheekbones with this just to add just a little bit of glow to it. Then I'm putting this also on my forehead and just down my nose and on my chin, and just adding some life back into my skin basically. But to add just a little bit more glow, I did go back in with my Pure Bronze and Brighten highlight, and I used the highlight shade in that palette. And I just went I put this on the tip of my cheekbones and on the tip of my nose and on my Cupid's bow as well, just to add a little bit more. And then again, I'm going over everything with my beauty blender just to make sure that everything just melts together nicely. To set my face, I'm using my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I like to do this before my mascara just because since it makes my face damp, I don't want my mascara coming back onto my face and transferring onto my face. So I did my mascara off camera, it's boring. And then I'm using my ColourPop liquid lipstick in the color Dreamy, and then to tone it down I'm using my lip gloss in the color Moonchild. Alright, and that completes today's look, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Why does my hair do this? How come? And I'll see you in my next video. Dang it.